What's up, guys, and welcome back. I'm back here at Mercedes-Benz of Bonita Springs with this brand new 2024 Mercedes-Benz SL63. Now, a few months ago, I've done the SL43, kind of had a mixed feelings about it, especially as the powertrain. So I'm back here testing out the fastest one right now, because there's another one coming, so wait for it. But right now, this is the fastest one that's available, and I'm going to take you on a complete tour of this vehicle. We're going to check it out as far as the design, as far as the powertrain technology, and the test drive. So if you like watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on that bell notification ring bell. Now let's go back to this. So check it out, guys. This generation of SL came out about a year and a half ago for 2023 model year. We have several different models, the SL43, which I've reviewed already, the SL55, which I skipped, and now we have the SL63 and the upcoming SL63 plug-in hybrid. Let's focus on this one. I love the design of it. Overall, they're all going to look very similar to each other. I love this long hood with this big bulge right here in the middle. Now, this is handcrafted engine, so it proudly displays the AMG badge right on top. And as far as the lights, we have the active LED lamps with the turn signals and the daytime running lights. As you can see, they're in shape of this lightning strike, basically, or they call it the eyebrow, right? Now, scrolling down here, we have a lot of open spaces. Now, this is the active air curtains channeling the air through for better ride quality, for better aerodynamics, and they're dressed up with the color of the vehicle as well as the piano black. Now, a lot of open spaces also in this grille. We have those vertical slots, big Mercedes-Benz Star front view camera, and it's finished right here at the bottom with this piano black splitter as well. Now, if you're wondering what powers up this thing, let's pop the hood and find out. And underneath the hood, you'll find the handcrafted AMG 4-liter bi-turbo V8 engine, 577 horsepower, 590 foot-pounds of torque, made it to a 9-speed MCT transmission, and the power gets delivered to all four wheels if necessary, because this is a 4MATIC Plus, 0 to 60 at about 3.5 seconds, so this is very fast and powerful. We have the hood propped up by the hood struts. We have some heat shield and some sound shield underneath here as well. This vehicle looks good with this top up and the top down. I love the color of it. They call it the MANUFAKTUR Moonlight white metallic, and this is about $1,700 option. Looks great on this vehicle. We also have the optional 21-inch AMG multi-spoke wide design wheels in the satin black. 21 is the size of the wheels, and as far as the size of the tires, we have 275 on 35 in the front, 305 by 30 in the back. Big performance brakes in here. You have the AMG badging right on the calipers itself. Everything around this vehicle has been blacked out because it also has been upgraded with the night package. So we have the piano black mirrors with the turn signal, blind spot assist, and the camera. And right here you have the side skirt also in black color, new style as far as the door handles that pop out from the vehicle in order to get it open. And then let's move on to the back. Let's see what's going on there. And of course, that back end really nicely posed all together. We have the SL on one side, AMG on the other. Nice lights. You have the multiple little pieces in here. I hope you can see that on the close-up. So those are the turn signals, reverse lights, the regular lights. The reflector lights are here at the bottom. And look at these exhausts. You have the dual exhaust. Two on each side, and then you have the diffuser right in the middle there. This is all piano black. Of course, we can open the trunk, which we will in just a second, but I want to point out it also has this spoiler that pops up. You know, you can pop it up manually, or you can pop it up at a certain speed. It also has a third brake light in here. One of the reasons that Mercedes got rid of the hard top is to get a little bit more room inside of this trunk. Have they succeeded? Well, I don't think so. There's still very little room in here. Now you have a speaker in here as well. Underneath this floorboard, you have I think that's the battery right underneath here. Am I right? Yep, there's a battery right underneath here, and some tools in case you need to have this vehicle towed. So they have some tow hooks, and that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not really much room. I don't think you can fit a set of golf clubs in here, but in case you manage to get locked up in the vehicle itself, you can emergency release it, and then you also have the lock and close buttons. And if you wanted to lower this down, you can do that as well. We'll press the button. Let's get this closed. Let's get inside. Now let's check this out. Let's check the sound of the closing door. Boom, nice and solid. And let's see what we have on this door panel right here. So we have 3 memory seat settings. You also have the heated ventilated seats, and you can adjust that also for the passenger. Lock and unlock mirror window lock controls. Now you can put them all up or put them all down if you'd like to with the push of a button. Then you have the trunk release here and a little bit of storage, and you can see there is some illumination going on in here. We also have the AMG that's lit up on the door sill itself. And as far as the seats, nicely contoured but not uncomfortable with the AMG right in the middle. Most of the seats are perforated, but you have some tubic and contrast stitching on it as well. The back seats, honestly, I mean, these are for either very small kids or just for decoration only, because it's going to be really hard to fit in, especially if I sit in the front seat. But it makes a real good place for the backpack. Now, once I pulled on that strap, the seat moved. So in case you wanted to try to get inside of it, I mean, you can, but we're going to focus in the front. I'm going to bring this vehicle inside of the parking garage so I can better show you what's in there. It was way too dark and noisy in the garage, so we're actually going to do it here. Let's take a look at this interior of this vehicle. First of all, kind of catch the glimpse of the full interior. You see a lot of illumination that's going on. First of all, you have the Burmeister stereo. You have those round vents looking really good. I love the dashboard, nicely wrapped with leather. We also have the head-up display, which is probably not very visible, but it's right there. Right now I can see the speed, and this brand new steering wheel. Now I know some people like it, some people don't like it. Let's see what we have on the steering wheel. First of all, a very big and pronounced pedal shifters right in the back. This is down. On the other side, you say it's up. This is aluminum, nice and cold feel to it. You have the Mercedes band right in the middle. There's some adjustments. This is for your performance, and let's see what this is. First of all, this is the dynamic style driving, so comfort, sport, sport plus, and racetrack basically. So this is your race mode and pro. Okay, so you have several different modes. You have the individual mode as well, and then you have the slippery mode, which is, you know, reduced power to the wheels. And on the other side, on this dial, you can check several different options. So once you select this button, right now we can turn off the traction control and AMG dynamics on the other side. But once we push this button at the bottom, you can see you have suspension settings. Push it one more time, it goes to the exhaust, where you can turn on that louder exhaust. Not sure if you can hear it. And press it one more time, you have the gearing settings basically for dynamic right now, and then you can turn off that auto start stop button, and this opens up a spoiler, which, you know, I just saw in the rear view mirror. It's going to be hard to see, but hopefully you can see it popped up. My camera is blocking it. Anyways, so several different options. Now we go back to the AMG dynamics, which is where we started, and then on the other side you have the suspension settings again, exhaust, gearing. So you have basically the same things. So you just select which one you want, whether you want, let's say, the exhaust setting on this one and suspension setting on this one, or however combination you want. You can do that too. Now, AMG badge right at the bottom. You have the nice aluminum looking bottom spoke of the steering wheel, and on the left hand side you have several buttons that basically control what's going on in the instrument cluster. The top bar right here, you have the home, back, and the different directions, plus the confirm or okay button. This is all haptic feedback. Now at the bottom spoke or bottom bar right here, you have the cruise control, dynamic cruise control, or adaptive cruise control basically. And on the other side, you have what controls what's going on in the infotainment system. And then you have the media. You also have the mute and volume, as well as the favorite button, voice control, and the phone controls. Well, let's get into the instrument cluster and let's see what we can do here. Very nice and bright display. Let's see what we can change here and hit the home button, or we can hit that select button, home button here. That's going to give us different options as far as what we want to see in here: service, assistance, navigation. You can have an understated display if that's your thing, and you can select different themes. In the middle there, I mean, there's a lot of customization here. Let's go back from here. Now you have, we're not going to reset the odometer. This is the performance display. You can go back to another one that is going to turn on that G-force. That's where that force is coming into. And then again, you see what's going on, and you can adjust different performance features of this vehicle from here. You can also see the temperature, both the coolant, the transmission temperature, and the oil temperature. So all of the important information is right on top. Let's see what else we have. Go back to the home screen. That's a super sport. We have the track. That's even more performance-oriented display. The G-force is on the left-hand side, and then as you rev up, see what happens here. Looks pretty good. You can see the speed, you can see the gas pedal and the brake pedal. So I apply the brakes right now. See what's going on here. So this is what you can customize. This is 12.3-inch display, looking really good. Even in the sun, it you know, is nice and visible. And here's another thing. This is the new display for this new generation SL. This is 11.9 inches display. Before I show you what's in there, I'm going to show you one cool option. This is a convertible, so depending on what the top is, up or down, you know, we have different angles where the sun is shining. So sometimes it's easier to move up the display to be more visible, depending on what you like. It's also slightly turned toward the driver. Again, nice and visible display. See right here on the top, it says good morning, where do you want to go? You know, as far as destinations, we can go by gas station, parking spaces, alternative routes, etc. Or you can basically just type in where you want to go, or you can use your voice, you know, to ask the vehicle to go somewhere. I'm not going to say the magic word because it's usually pretty disruptive once you mention that, but you know, so here is your navigation system. As far as your media, you have the FM and XM, Sirius XM basically, and then you have your different favorites. You of course can play from the devices if there's one connected, and this is your home menu. So here's your different apps: Mercedes Me and the browser, settings, several different ways that you can customize this vehicle. So as far as the assistance, you know, you have the active distance assist, active lane change assist, collision avoidance, active brake assist, after active lane keep assist, active blind spot assistance, attention assist, camera. You can open the camera cover. You can actually look at the camera and very quickly here too. And you have the parking assistance, so this vehicle can basically park itself. You know, as far as the vehicle settings, we have the driving, so automatic gas station search if the gas goes lower. Actually don't need it because it's probably going to start looking for it now. Easy entry and exit feature, occupant protection, belt adjustment, open close, soft top operation. Okay, basically that's what it shows you. You actually have a shortcut to it right here at the bottom, so you don't need to go through the menu just to open the soft top, I promise you that. And we'll go back to the home screen, and we'll go to the comfort settings. Now, massage seats. All right, we have the relaxing massage or activating massage, and you have that for driver and passenger, or classic massage. Seat adjustments, seat kinetics, you know, just a regular kind of the nudge massage, as I call it. This is not a full massage. You do have that feature here. As far as that's lumbar side bolster, heating settings, automatic seat positioning, and a reset. So as far as the bolsters, depending on how big you are, you can really make them tight. You know, I can feel them right now as they're tightening, and maybe I can show you that on the passenger seat. I don't know if you can see that. We're gonna tighten the bolsters. Yep, you can definitely see that here, and relax them a little bit. So depending on your position, depending on what you're doing, is what kind of driving, whether you're on track or whether you are going to work, you can do that. Several different settings, automatic seat positioning, etc. Here's your ambient lighting. You know, Mercedes is really proud that they're the only company with 64 color display. I'm pretty sure there's going to be somebody coming up soon, if not already, that's going to be like, hey, I got 65, beat that. All right, so there's 64 colors, and I'm not sure if you can see, but they're changing as I slide this. And you can also set it up as a multicolor display, and that's going to display different colors in different spaces. Brightness, different effects, you know, warning when exiting, climate, greeting, multicolor animation. You know, as far as climate, this is turned on, so this is a good way to show you this. Look at those vents. As I start to increase the temperature, the vents turn red. If I decrease the temperature, the vents turn blue. That means it's either cooling or heating at the moment. Let's go back to the main menu. We can connect our phone, of course, wireless connection. You also have a radio. I already went through that. Media performance. It's important having this vehicle that is a performance vehicle. So right now you can see the suspension, you know, you can see the PSI on the suspension. You also see the turning as far as the angle. So it shows you that as I'm moving the steering wheel. And I didn't even realize that they have the rear wheel steering as well, so that can be adjusted too. Now you have the engine. So torque, power up to 577, up to 590, and you know, you have the turbo PSI. You also have the temperature, oil temperature, the transmission temperature right here. IWC, oh wow, you have the IWC watch. Normally you've seen it somewhere on the vehicle, which was more of an analog watch. This is all here. Now you can start, stop the timer. This is interesting. You can reset it back to normal, kind of a gimmick, a gadget. That's pretty cool. Consumption, let's talk about the gas mileage. So you have 14 in the city and 21 on the expressway. That's something to be expected from a vehicle that is performance vehicle. And let's go back to the main menu. Let's see what we have. Track pace. Okay, so I can only use it on the closed off tracks away from public traffic. And we have no tracks available in vicinity. Hereby confirm that the recording is on a closed course separate from public road traffic. To start measurement, please drive off or press the button. We're not going to do that right now, but it's available to you. And you have all the telemetry. Look at the speed, accelerator pedal, brake pedal. You know, here that's changes as rev it up or I put the brake pedal on. So you have all the information that you need, even if you want to have a track day. And then devices. You of course have the ability to connect Android Auto or Apple CarPlay using the wireless connection. So that's, you know, a nice feature on the Mercedes-Benz. And down here, this panel is basically for your climate control. So you have your temperature settings, vent settings. You also have the air conditioning, some shortcut buttons. Down here, you press the AMG and we go to the ability to adjust the individual drive modes. Okay, so right now, here's your individual drive mode, right? You can set it up to sport as far as the drive suspensions or the dynamics, and it shows you kind of a cool animation, shows you how it's changing, what's changing, you know, as far as that. So of course we have the suspension, we have the transmission gearing, we have the steering, that's all changing in here as well. And then you can of course turn on that louder exhaust, which I absolutely love, which which comes standard on the S or S Plus. And you have the park assist. This is your camera right now. Select the view by touching the display. Okay, so it shows me this vehicle, not in my color, okay, but it is here. It's looking mighty good. You can save the GPS position. The camera will be switched on here automatically once you get here. So that's another feature that Mercedes have. And let's put it in reverse. I'm going to show you that camera. Speed severely restricted. Tap here to remove restrictions. I think it's just because we're too close, maybe. I don't know. So right now you can see on this top view camera that we're really close to the curb. You can also select the different views, the different angles for the camera. And we can have the regular camera here, front view. That's what's going on. And the different side of this vehicle. So go back to the regular 2D. See, there's a car that passed in front of us. And then you have the parking assist. Right now it's asking you to drive and look for that parking spaces. We're not going to do that, but it is part of this vehicle. Put it in park. And another option that you have is to open up the top. So let's do that. Press it once and then press it again, and it opens up pretty quickly. See, that spoiler is pulled up. See if I can rev it up, and the top is back up. Also right on top we have the SOS, we have the Mercedes Me, we have the passenger airbag, frameless mirror design, and you have non-illuminated mirrors right here, but you can also open the top to get some light inside of here. So this is pretty much it. Now underneath here, oh, we haven't talked about this. Okay, press this button and it's gonna give you some of the basic functions of the vehicle, like a head-up display, auto lane change, towaway alarm. Those are kind of the toggle switches. You can turn it on or off, and you can go to all settings for, you know, the more full version of it. You know, hazard lights. You can program your fingerprint. So we need to first activate Mercedes Me. You can turn off the display or system, depending on what you want. Or the display off. To clean it, maybe turn it back on. This is where you adjust the angle of the display, and this is of course your volume control. And then underneath here, once you have this open, you can see there's wireless charging cup holders and 2 USB Type-C ports, but you can also close this up, your palm rest, an additional 2 USB Type-C ports in here. And this is pretty much it as far as the interior of this 2024 Mercedes-Benz SL63. Can't wait to take it for a spin. And of course, before I take it on the road, it's important to know how much those vehicles cost, because they're not cheap. Mercedes starts with the SL43, and that starts at 109. SL55, 141.3, and the SL63, 183. Now, Mercedes also is adding another vehicle to the SL lineup, and that's going to be the SL63E, which is going to have the plug-in hybrid powertrain, 805 horsepower, over 1,047 foot-pounds of torque, and it's going to be the fastest Mercedes-Benz SL available. Now, we can only anticipate that the price of it is going to be upwards of $200,000, but that hasn't been really released quite yet. But when it comes, hopefully I'm going to be able to take it on my channel and kind of walk you through of what's different on that one. But so far, we have the most powerful SL that's in production right now. Let's take it for a spin. One thing you can notice right away is how long this hood is. It's long. I mean, you can see this bulge right here in the middle, and you can't see the front end. So you just kind of need to learn your vehicle to make sure you're not going to bump into something. We're going to really quickly check out the turning radius on it and see how tight it turns. And we have this empty parking lot. especially designed for that. So I'm gonna do just that. Turn the steering wheel all the way to the left, and there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.5 parking spots it takes to take this vehicle completely around. So it's not bad. I mean, it does have this rear wheel steering as well. Overall, it feels good. The steering in the comfort mode is definitely on the lighter side. I'm going to see if I can switch that to sport. Can definitely add some weight to the steering wheel, and even more so in the Sport Plus mode. Now the Sport Plus also unlocks that louder exhaust, which quite frankly I think you can hear it better on the inside than on the outside of this vehicle. It's probably speaker enhanced as well. Let's see how it accelerates. It parked right here. Wow, this thing is fast, and it does it so effortlessly. You can definitely hear that roar of this engine. Why would you want to get rid of a V8 if it produces such a beautiful sound and it gives you that tremble and that pops and crackles that are coming from the exhaust? I know the non-car people will never understand this, how exciting it is to sit in a vehicle that does just that, whether it's a Mercedes-Benz or any other brands that are still producing those larger displacement, powerful engines. Yes, I've tested the SL43, and yes, it's the technology that came straight from Formula One, so I know it's going to be fast, and I think I've said it in my other videos, but you know, so is the microwave. But would you rather have a grilled steak or a steak from a microwave? It's the experience that matters, not only the performance of the vehicles. Of course, you get this 3.5 seconds. I mean, Tesla Model X Plaid or Model S Plaid, it's gonna beat it hands down. There's no question about it. Off the line, I mean, it's much faster, but I mean, I like that for the technology, but the experience is really not there. And also, this vehicle has this presence about itself. You know, it's the luxury at its finest. I might be a little bit biased because when I worked for a Mercedes-Benz dealership for a few years, I learned a lot about the history of the brand and about the way they do business, and they truly don't really come out or put up anything on the market until they're absolutely sure that it's going to be the best. Hence their slogan, the best of nothing. Now look at this. This thing flies, pops, crackles right there. 60, 61, we're definitely not going to push it. This is a brand new vehicle. This particular one costs about $197,000, almost $200,000 vehicles. Definitely not cheap. Not everybody can afford it. But if you are at this point in your life where you arrived and you go like, hey, I can buy this, definitely consider it. It's a great looking, it's a great sounding, it's a great driving performance vehicle that can also, you know, be easily your daily driver. Now I know there's other choices out there, you know, Porsches and BMWs. So I mean, there you go. You definitely have choices. But if you're looking for one, definitely try to make this one of the options that you're considering. And guys, thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, subscribe to the channel, give me a like, and turn on that bell notification ring bell so you won't miss any of the content that's coming up. And I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.